Hey everybody, it's Shiny here, and I am on the Danger Close server on our MTTR mission, which is the Mariana's Test and Training Range. It's our kind of training and practice mission. I'm on the CVN 75 Harrier Truman, and I thought today we would do some tanking, some refueling, and I want to do refueling in a few different aircraft today, maybe just because I haven't done enough refueling lately. I haven't done enough refueling practice lately, so let's do that. So I think we'll fly out from the, from takeoff to begin with here in the Tomcat. And then if I do some refueling in other aircraft, we'll just start that part in the air to save time. We'll get ourselves airborne and get to the tanker. Tanker right now is about 67 miles away, but it's coming toward us, so it's not going to take quite that long to get to it.
All right, Nails, 5 o'clock.
Let's see. Here we are. There's our KC-135. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get the probe out. That's not the probe. That's my fuel dump. Wrong button. There's the probe. And once I get the probe out, I want to go ahead and adjust my trim for the rudder to try to offset the disturbance of the probe. Then I'm going to adjust my seat how I like it for the Tomcat, which is all the way up. Because if you've seen some of my other videos with refueling, you'll know I like to see the pod and the basket. Well, not see the basket, but see the pod and approach the tanker looking over the canopy bow here, as opposed to looking through the front windscreen, because this gives me just generally a better feel and just a better feeling of the relative motion. That's how I like to think of it. Slide over a little bit more.
Ready, recontact.
Well, I wish you would answer me appropriately here, buddy. do anything until we get
Ready
some
for contact.
clear contact. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I've got out of the habit of doing refueling as much as I should and I like to. Just doing other missions and stuff, and yeah, just being a little lazy, I guess, basically. I mean, in our missions, I was always tankers, because I always put tankers in all of the Danger Close missions, but just being a little lazy. Not getting in the practice enough. But we'll do it today. We'll get some practice in today. It's a Saturday for me, and that's a good day to do that kind of thing. Although I'm bouncing around a little more than I'd like to. I also have to throw in a little more rudder. So I'm being a little bouncy. We'll get settled in. We'll get settled right in here. There we go. Just gotta calm down as always. Take it smooth. And then once you get connected, you just gotta be even more smooth. Make sure you don't run up on the tanker. Keep your eyes on the pod where the basket comes from, not looking at the actual basket. To see that out of your peripheral vision. Keep your eyes on the pod and just know where it should be and know how close you should be to it, right? If that pod starts to get bigger, you're getting closer and you don't want to run up on the tanker. And if it's getting smaller, you're slipping back. You don't want to do that either. So you just got to pay attention. Keep that pod where it should be in the right spot, at the right distance in front of your canopy, and things will be all right. There we go. See, that is what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. So we're going to bring in the pod. When we bring in the pod, we're also going to hit some of that water. Okay, welcome back, guys. We are back airborne, this time in the Hornet. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to meet up with this tanker and refuel on the Hornet. Before, when I took off in the Tomcat, actually, I misspoke. I think I said we were on the CVN 75 Harrier Truman, but I forgot. In this mission, it is the Abraham Lincoln is the carrier in this mission, not the Truman. And, let's see, our tanker is about 25 miles away. I think it's coming toward us again, like it was last time.
Shell 2-1. Request rejoin.
Let's see, I always have a trouble getting in contact with the tanker here in the Hornet. Let's see. I can already see it.
Marco 2-1. Request rejoin.
I don't know why that is, because I'm not an everyday Hornet pilot, but it seems like if I call the tanker, but I have to use COM 1, I can't call it on COM 2, is it? Is that the truth of it?
Marco 2-1. Request
Maybe.
rejoin. Marco 2-1.
Yep, I guess that is the way of it.
Contact at 21,000 at 280.
Okay. We'll see if we can join up with him smoothly, like we did with the Tomcat. The Tomcat was pretty smooth as far as the join up. I got a little high and low as I was adjusting things, but it was a fairly smooth rejoin. We'll see what we do with the Hornet. Now I gotta back to the SA. Here we go. Bring up the fuel page on the old Hornets. Of course, with the Hornet being fly-by-wire, I mean, there's really no excuse, you know, not to refuel well in the Hornet. Not really. I'll get the old probe out.
Ready for contact. Clear contact.
There we go. Got that on the first try. I think with the Tomcat, I was a little still over to the left when I first called ready pre-contact. I had to get more centered on the probe, or the pod, I should say. Let's see if we can do this super smooth. It's really went hand pretty much just like the Tomcat. It enters the turn right as I'm approaching the basket. But yeah, I think with refueling any of the aircraft that we have that you can refuel, smoothness is for sure the key word. Smooth, smooth, smooth. No abrupt movements. No abrupt control changes. No abrupt power changes. Everything, minute changes. Very small. Okay. Now we're just kind of wait. Slow down until everything gets settled. Until the probe settles down, or the basket settles down. Oh, we just missed that a bit. Just slightly. Do her again.
Contact.
There we go. We're all cozy and connected. And now, just like with the Tomcat, right? Just keep your eyes on the pod there under the wing of the tanker. Keep it in the same position, which is just, you know, between the canopy bow and my HUD glass. Keep it the same size, so it's not getting bigger or smaller. Which means I'm staying in position. Making those slide adjustments to the stick. The important thing is you focus on that pod and you don't think too much about. There we go. That's a quick one, right? You don't have to think too much about actually what you're doing with the controls. because all that should just be automatic and reflexive. There we go. Alright. Of course, since I didn't burn off a lot of fuel after coming off the Carrier or any of the Tomcat or the Hornet, those were pretty quick refuels, but that's okay. Since we're trying to refuel several aircraft, we don't need to go for a 20-minute refuel here. Alright, so what's next? Alrighty, folks, so we're in the Harrier this time, and we're about 2.7 miles from the tanker. So we're going to do a refueling the Harrier this time. It's going to be a little trickier because I haven't, I'm not an everyday Harrier flyer, and Harrier is going to be a little trickier. I haven't practiced in it nearly as much. The probe is on the side, trim is different, all those things, a little slower. All those things to consider, but no big deal. We can do it. We'll get up here and get plugged into this tanker. Maybe the trim might be the biggest issue, just because I don't fly the Harrier that much, so not going to be not have quite as much feel for the trim and the control sensitivity like I would the Tomcat. And then on the Hornet, it's fly-by-wire, so it's super easy. But anyway, so I've already called the tanker, so I'll just have to ready pre-contact when I get up here. And as per usual, as I approach the tanker, it'll go into a turn. Like magic. You know what? We'll go ahead and get that Mr. Probe out here. Yeah, there she is. So, like with that, basically, I'm just going to have the hose go kind of around where that ready light is, up there in the upper left-hand part of the canopy bow, and just kind of feel it. Get my trim where it feels comfortable, where my nose is not going to be falling down. Of course, not get too slow, just because I don't have that fast engine response on this. See if we can get it done here.
Ready for contact. Ready for contact.
Of course, we're on the Tomcat. I'm approaching on the with my nose on the left side of the basket, and the Hornet pretty much almost more nose on. With this one, I got to approach my nose on the right side of the basket. It's just a little more wiggly in the left and right. Let's see if we can do it. This one should be trickier. Get the sight picture right. Okay, that's not going to be quite right. I think I'm a little nose high there, I feel like. Let's get that basket a little higher. Get my nose just slightly lower. So the hose goes through that ready light right there. Like that. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Tanker's going to decide to level off. I don't know if that's going to make things easier or harder. Drop my trim 1 notch. Because I feel like I'm getting a little too nose up as I close in with it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Take a look there and just see. Or at that kind of point, like, was it inside or outside? It was slightly outside there. Ooh, Lord of mercy. Okay. That was harder to connect with than I would have liked. My Harrier flying skills are not as good as I would like them to be for sure. But that's okay. We did get it. Took a few minutes to connect. Like I said, the Harrier is a tricky one because you just can't see the basket, even with your peripheral vision. You can't see where the probe, and if you don't fly it a lot, you'll have trouble just getting that sight picture right of where that hose needs to come to make sure the basket is hitting in the right place. But that's just a practice issue. Alright, I guess we'll give this one a try this time in the Mirage. And the Mirage is something that I really haven't flown much in a long time. So I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I do not. But that's okay. Because all I need to do is just fly and do the refueling. And that's not anything too difficult. Let's see, let's pull back that. I haven't actually called the tanker yet.
Marco 2-1. Request rejoin.
That might be the wrong radio. Nope, that's okay.
Proceed to pre-contact at 21,000 at 280.
Alright. Okay. Let's see. Do I at all remember enough about flying the Mirage to get this right? Probably.
Ready for contact. Clear contact.
It's not too much to remember with the Mirage. This is a little wiggly. It's been a while since I've honestly flown it, so I hope nothing's changed with the control bindings. Of course, with the RASBAM situation, I wouldn't expect anything to have changed, but you never know. Otherwise, it should just be a matter of course, the probe in the Mirage is in a very similar place as it is with the Hornet, and as they're both fly-by-wire aircraft, the Mirage and the Hornet, yeah, it's not much different. It's just flying into the basket,
You're taking fuel.
you know? Yeah. So I think it could be said that, yeah, it could be said that if you can refuel in the Hornet, you should be able to refuel in the Mirage, and vice versa, as they are quite similar. Probe in the same, or the probe in the same place, fly-by-wire.
Transfer complete.
Yeah. Plug in the Mirage, plug in the Hornet. Not too much different. Alrighty. So this time, guys, we are in a Viper. So this is going to be the last one for today. Of course, the Viper is a boom, tanks off the boom, and I am not as good at that. So, like with the Harrier, staying connected is not a problem. It's just getting connected, because I'm not used to the sight picture of where that where the probe is on the Harrier, and where the hose should be in relation to it. With the Viper, the problem is staying connected, because even though actually I fly the Viper a lot, it's a fun plane to fly. I don't do it in combat as much as, like, of course, my Tomcat or the Apache or the Hornet, which I fly a lot, which are the planes that I fly mostly. But I do fly the Viper a lot, even when it's just for joyriding. But I don't refuel in it a lot. So when I do, though, I tend to have trouble staying connected, because I don't practice that enough. But as we're having fun today with refueling, let's give her a try. Maybe I'll have a lucky day of it. We shall see. First thing to get right is the rejoin. Shot that a little bit. A bit of a sloppy rejoin for sure, but ourselves settled down.
Ready for contact. Cleared contact. Contact. You're taking fuel. Return free contact.
Ah, there it is. Damn it. I always have that problem. Let's try it again. Too far forward there a little bit. Too far back. When I first made that first approach, I approached quite slowly and smoothly, which was really good. And that second time there, I was making kind of too big of power adjustments, so now I'm a little off center line, obviously. And it's the up and down oscillations that really give me trouble with the refueling on the boom. I'm to scoot back a little bit.
Contact.
There we go. And
Return free
yeah, and right away I lose it because I'm sliding off to the side and I'm way too far up under the tanker. And I'm falling down. Okay. I get so far forward. I need to scoot back, but not fall too far back. Okay.
contact.
And then, yeah, and I immediately charge the boom. Because I feel like I'm falling back, and I give a little more power, and that immediately charges the boom. Try that again.
Contact.
If I could just hold that,
You're
right?
taking fuel.
If I could just hold that right there. Oh. Oh, those oscillations, though. Those,
Return
os-
free contact.
those oscillations. Okay, it's alright. Scoot back a little bit. And all any of this is, you know, with any plane, refueling in DCS and other things in DCS also besides refueling, it's just practice.
Contact.
It's just practice. Like me, I don't
You're taking fuel.
practice refueling in the Viper very much, so I get, you know, it's difficult because I don't practice it.
Return free contact.
You know, the Tomcat, I've done it so many times, it's relatively easy. And the Hornet, you know, I've done it a lot, it's relatively easy, but like in the Viper on the boom, I haven't practiced it very much, so it's not very easy. And when you first start refueling, you know, nothing will be easy. Or, you know, like I said, not just refueling, but everything in DCS. But if you keep doing it, you'll get better at it. You just got to not give up. I'm just bouncing up and down, and I keep getting too far forward. Why the Viper wants to just go nose down on me. So yeah, I'm sure if I did this, you know, if I just put in the time again and again with the Vipers, we get comfortable. But right now, it's not. I have trouble with just stability and this with the boom. And well, we did finish. We did finish. Now, obviously, you reckon it'd be harder in the Phantom, because the Phantom is not fly-by-wire and everything. I don't know. I have refueled in the Phantom before when it first came out, and kind of very similar with the Viper, actually. I mean, I disconnected some in that same way, in that same position, because of some, you know, vertical oscillations and stuff, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Well, there you have it, folks. That's today's video. Just some refueling practice for fun on a Saturday. All of these things in DCS take a lot of practice. It takes a calm mind and repetition so you can build that muscle memory. Because your goal is to be able to do things without consciously having to think about them. To just make it automatic. You know, make it natural. So just don't give up. You know, DCS is really complicated. It's really hard, but it's so rewarding. If that's what you're into, if you're into airplanes like most of us are, it's very rewarding, and you'll enjoy it, and you'll have a great sense of accomplishment when you can do more and more things well in DCS. So keep at it, and that's all for today. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.